Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're starting off the full tech costume again. So in the last video, I showed you how to make this beautiful tech helmet. I'll leave the link in the description below, as well as how I made the blasters. I'll get them in a minute. But yeah, today we're working on the armor. I don't have all of it with me, but I have the main piece. This is the main chest piece. So I'm really happy how this armor is turning out. And I'm hoping to get another 3 episodes in by the end, or for the full costume, take probably another 3 videos. My next video is gonna work on the backpack and tools, and then probably do the belt, and then we'll paint it all in the finale to wrap it all up. So, without any more delay, let's get. Hey guys, so to start Tech's chest plate, we have these 5 templates all for the front. So we have the top, 2 sections for the bottom, and these 2 details on the bottom. And then after that, we can start working on the back, so let's go. Okay guys, so this is the chest plate for Tech. So the front's looking pretty good. What we're gonna work on is the back, and then the straps for the shoulders, or for the top of the arms. And I think that should be it for the chest plate. So let's go ahead and what I'm doing right now is I'm gluing together those pieces for the top of the shoulders. And what I'm doing, I'm gluing those 2 darts together, and then I am marking out if I have to trim it, which I did. I trim it, and then this gives the start of the actual back strapping. So you see it there, I'm measuring it out, then I'm gluing it down here, then just waiting for the glue to dry, and then once it's dry, glue them on. I just glued those little tabs, and then here you see me measuring and trim. This is what the is looking like right now. It's almost done. The only things I have to do is fill in this gap here with a piece of cardboard, and then add the canisters up here, which I'm going to get soon because I don't have the right material right now. This is what the back looks like. I simplified it because I realized I wanted to have the backpack, and this, with the other way I was going to do it, I don't think it would have been as structurally sound. So we're going to build off the backpack like a harness system, so that will be in a future episode. And we have, right now, these are the shoulder pieces. So what we're going to do is on each one of these lines, I'm going to score not all the way through, so then I can then bend them in. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll glue it all together, so let's go. So as I said, I'm cutting through 2 of the layers out of the 3, so I'm cutting through the top and the middle corrugation, and so it's able to bend in a better way. So then when that's done, I'm gluing the dart together, and then I'm actually gluing all the sides together where it bends, just so it keeps its shape better. I'll show you in a minute, where you see that glue seam along the side. The shoulders are done, and they're looking really good. Now it's time to work on the biceps. So for these, they're really simple. They're just 1 piece of cardboard, and they're attached together, and then these attach at the back, so these go inside the arm so you don't see them. So it's a really good way to hide the seam. So it's just this 1 piece, strip on the side, fold them together, glue them together, and it's really simple. So let's cut to a time lapse. Biceps are really easy. I'm just taking a piece of cardboard, adding them to the ends, rolling them up, and then gluing those 2 ends together with that little flap of cardboard, or what I call it a tab. So I glued the tab to each side. Hey guys, so the biceps are done. Now it's time to work on the gauntlets. I'm going to do the right one first because it's a little easier. So we have the main plate for the front, or the top actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some wire just to give it, and so it keeps its shape, and then we can start building on top. So let's go. Okay guys, so what I'm doing is, like I just said, I'm adding a piece of wire down the center so I can curve it, and then once it's in its shape, I add a bunch of extra hot glue just to keep its shape better. And you see I'm using a clamp just to make sure that piece is staying still. Then here, when I'm waiting for all that glue to dry, I start working on the other gauntlet. So you see I'm just wrapping a piece of paper around me, and that gets the basic shape. And then we can start working on the thing again. So just very slowly, you want to glue the wire down. But I skipped to where it is done, and now I'm making that box on top. So the 2 flat sides are glued on, and then I trace out the shape that I have to cut out for the little concave curve. And then when that is done, I just build the roof, which is what I do. I take a piece of cardboard, and then I take the top layer off so it's very thin, and then I glue it down on top. And that is basically the right gauntlet done. All I do after this is I add a piece of elastic to the bottom so it stays in place when I put it on. Okay guys, so we have the right gauntlet done. It's looking pretty good. It's very simple, but it looks really good. Now it's time to work on the left gauntlet, and that's a little harder. So we have this basic 2 cylinders set up, and right now I have these 2 pieces cut out for the main control box right there. So we're gonna work on that, then we'll do those 4 little boxes, and then we'll add the little more detail, which is like a little enraised bit on this. So let's get into finishing the gauntlet. Let's go. So building on top of that base gauntlet, what I'm doing, I'm just taking my templates, cutting them out, and then I'm using a piece of cardboard to separate them, and that what gives them the thickness. So it's a piece of cardboard. I cut a trench in on both sides, and then I glue them together, and then I add a little recessed detail on one, and then I glue it onto the top of the gauntlet, and then I'm using little squares of foam as these little square details on the edge of that top box. So you see me here gluing those down. They're just little squares of foam, and they get the job done with a little bit of hot glue. The right gauntlet done, and it looks really good. It fits really well. I'm really happy how this came out. But now that is it for this video, so let's get into the outro. Let's go. The knees are very simple. I just take a piece of cardboard, and then I glue it down in the center, and then I fold all the thick sides in, and then I just add a piece of Velcro at the back to keep it in place. And make sure you add more room than you think you'll need. I ended up making mine a little too small, so I had to adjust them at the end. So the bottom pieces of the leg armor is really easy. It's basically just the bicep. So it's a big piece of cardboard I rolled up and then glued together, and no Velcro, just solid cardboard, and that's it. And it's really easy, and it gets the job done. Okay guys, so now we have the legs done. So we have the knees, they look really good, have the Velcro on them over there. And then we have just the regular shins, just the regular piece of cardboard rolled up. Very simple, but now it's time to work on the last piece of armor, and that is the armor belt. So basically the clone diaper is what I heard other people call it. So what I have for that, so this piece is the front, and then we have this piece here fills in that front gap because there's a little recessed area. And then we have 2 of these pieces for the back, but now let's get gluing all these together. Let's go. So what I'm doing, I'm gluing that middle piece down, and then I'm adding the 2 pieces for the butt together, and then on one side gets Velcro, one side does not get Velcro. So you see here, gets glued down, and then the other side gets Velcroed down after. So this piece here gets glued down, then Velcroed down, and that is it. And let's get to the finished product. Thanks for watching until the end. How I made this homemade tech armor. Really happy with how it turned out. So the next video I'll be working on the backpack. I actually have it right here, or the start of it. It's looking really good. We have a whole harness system working. So I'll explain it all in that video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. And subscribe, because when I get to 250 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away the DC-17. So make sure you subscribe so you get all the details for that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.